welcome to my channel. This is Sulaiman. Our today's topic is Incoterms. What is Incoterms and what is the use of Incoterms in international business? Actually, Incoterm is the terms of shipping and trade published by International Chamber of Commerce to clarify what are the obligations of importer and exporter, or we can say what are the obligations of buyer or seller. Through Incoterms, we can clarify and agree on the terms of business. So in this video, I will provide you the information about Incoterms and what are the best and most used common Incoterms in international business. So the most common Incoterms are EXW, FCA, CIF, and DAP. EXW means ex-work. FOB means freight on board. CFR means cost and freight. CIF means cost, freight, and insurance. DAP means delivery on door. So these are the most common Incoterms which are used in international business. Now let's start with ex-works. Ex-works means on the seller's disposal. What does it mean? It means you are, as an importer, you want to import a product from an exporter. An exporter tells you that I will give this product to you as an ex-work. It means you need to take that product from his factory or warehouse or a shop, anything. It means you need to take it from his own place. Now, what you need to manage your shipping or logistic by yourself. In ex-works, the seller is not interested to manage the logistics, because sometimes logistics are very complicated. That's why mostly the sellers or producers, they not take the responsibility of shipping. So in this case, you may need two things: one, local logistic, and the second one, international logistic. In local logistic, you will need to find a company that brings your product or a container from the warehouse or the production site of the seller up to the port if you are transporting through sea. You need another company that bring it from the port of that country up to your port. The seller is responsible for all the documentations for you, and including export documents. You as an importer, you need to manage the logistic by yourself. The second term is FOB. What is FOB? Freight on board. As we told, the seller was responsible to give the delivery of the product on his warehouse or in his factory, anything. In this case, FOB means freight on board. It means that the seller will bring your product from his warehouse or from his factory up to the port. Now you come one step forward. You don't need any local logistics. It means the seller is taking the responsibility of bringing your product up to the port. So in many cases, the producer company or factory or warehouse is not close to the ports. It may be far from the port, to another city, for example. This is a good method, or it's a good term in which you will be only responsible to organize international logistics. It can be air cargo, it can be sea, through sea, or any other term. In FOB, the seller is also responsible for organizing and managing or issuing all the documentation of export, and he submits to you based on FOB if you have agreed. So against bill of loading, you can do the payments, each and everything, or they may request you to pay the payment before loading. It depends on the companies and factories and on the agreement which you do agreement with them. So in FOB, the responsibility of seller is to bring your container or product to the port to be ready to load on the ship, and your responsibility is to organize the shipping and bring it up to your country. The third most used Incoterm is CFR. CFR means cost and freight. As we discussed in our previous points, which was X-Work and FOB, in both the seller was taking less responsibilities of shipping or logistics, but in CFR, the seller is taking the responsibility of your product up to your port. It means the seller will sell the product to you, also manage the logistics from his warehouse or from his store up to the port, and then from the port up to your port, your country port. So all the responsibility of product, logistic and paperwork will be on seller. In this way, you will be responsible only to do your clearance in your customs and take your products and transfer it to your warehouse or your shop or anywhere you want. And the fourth most used Incoterm is CIF. CIF means cost, insurance and freight. This is the same like CFR. The only difference in CIF is insurance. There is an insurance. The seller is making the insurance of your product in logistics. It means while shipping your product from seller country to your country, if anything happens to your product, so their insurance and the insurance company will pay you if it is due to shipping faults. So CIF is also the most used Incoterms. And the fifth most common used term is DAP, D-A-P, delivery on place. It means this term means that you want to receive the product on your doorsteps, or you directly to your warehouse or directly to your store. DAP is most used for those who are not interested to take the responsibility of logistics, the customs and all these things. So DAP puts all responsibility to the seller side. This is the most difficult Incoterm for seller and the most easy and reasonable term for buyer. DAP means the seller should organize the shipping from his warehouse to the port, from the port to the other port, and from your port, the customs, and from the customs also organizes the local in your country, the local shipping in your country. So this is the most difficult operation for the seller. That's why most of the sellers, they are not interested to offer you DAP unless it may be a local e-commerce business. It may be possible. Mostly they are doing DAP. You are going to an online website and you will buy something. They directly send to your address. But in wholesale, DAP is most difficult operation for the seller. That's why most of the sellers, they don't take the responsibility of this, they are mostly interested to X works, which is a very easy operation for the seller, but this is the opposite of that. So the buyer will have the most responsibilities against it. So in both cases, the most reasonable Incoterms in international business, if we try to make the balance between the importer and exporter, is it can be CFR or CIF or FOB. These three Incoterms are most common in use. So all these terms have their advantages and disadvantages. The advantages, the only advantage in this one advantage is the logistics, the time, and the payment terms. So based on those things, you need to study and see what options can be reasonable for you. For example, you want to buy a product and the seller is giving you a CIF price or a CFR price. So you can study, you can check if you buy it as an X works, how much it costs you if you manage the shipping. For example, there's a lot of companies or importers, they are interested to organize or manage their shipping by themselves because it may be less costly than if the shipping is managed by the seller. So there are some responsibilities, there are some options that you can see and check. For example, the shipping logistic company of the exporter country may be expensive than your shipping and logistic company of your local. So if you manage the shipping by yourself, it may be give you an opportunity, cost you a cheap price to your country. So in this video, we have learned what does mean X works, FOB, CFR, CIF, and DAP. So based on this, you can do your planning, you can do your study, and go with one of them whenever you do business with anyone, or you want to import or export. So based on your experience, the only thing is here is the managing of logistics. If your company is able to manage the logistics, so it will be no problem for you to buy as an X works or FOB. But if your company is unable to organize or manage logistics to the seller country, so it will be better for you to go and agree on CFR or CIF terms. That will be much convenient for you. So thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and see you in my next video. I hope you understand the Incoterms with me. If you have any questions, you can write in the comment. I will try my best to answer you. The purpose of making this channel is to deliver the original and the real scenarios of international business to all of you. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Bye bye.